Break open your house one thing. They rape your mother, they rape your father, they rape your brother, they rape your sister, they rape your auntie, they rape your auntie, they rob you of all your jewels, they take your car if you have a license firearm, they take your firearm, and they go on with that. And those that are supposed to vote for this bill, for the next year, you all are pleased and it's okay with that. What are they smoking? You cannot come and tell Saieed, well, hear this now. Saieed, mass mandatory, here we go. It come to an end. And then you come and tell me, here we go on side. If you go to the supermarket, the grocery, or the malls, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you go in a pharmacy, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you're traveling, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the transportation hub, you have to wear your mask. If you're going to church side, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the school side, you're wearing your mask. If you go to a barber salon, you go to the theater, you're wearing your mask. Which dum-dum in Trinidad and Tobago will go in a theater and buy a popcorn and a juice and sit down and wear a mask? Thanks! If every councillor go through their constituency, do video clips like this and send it for us, I'm gonna be so happy just to play it on our program on a Wednesday night. You know why I would be happy? I will be filled with joy in my heart. You know why? Because the councillor is getting off their butts and they are actually going and doing some live video shoots. Real Talk took the initiative to find out suppliers of wheat in the world that National Flour Mill could go to. So now Romano is saying the company is not going to raise any price in the near future. Why? Why? Is it because the S-boss and they realize now that, hey, it is in the public domain that we could go right Mexico and buy flour and wheat? We could go right China and buy wheat? I am about change. And thus far, Real Talk is very effective in Trinidad and Tobago, coming towards making changes for the citizens. Public Utility Minister Marvin Gonzalez have urged the population to appreciate and be grateful for the availability of the utilities. This, as Gonzalez recalled, time in his life when he had to fetch water using a bucket from a nearby river. Gonzalez, I want you to understand something. I want you, Mr. Gonzalez, to understand something. You are being paid thousands of dollars by public utility, by the finance ministry, to govern WASA. Come on. To govern WASA, I want you to understand that you ain't going in no office for no free code. You are being paid. Do not tell me that I, Saieed, have to be grateful for the water I get it. Let me tell you something, Gonzalez. Every 4 months, I have to pay $400 and I get water once a bloody month. So don't come on a media briefing and say, Saieed, you have to be contented. You have to be happy. Marvin, the next best thing for you to do is to resign and get the hell out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. It's Bacchanal right here in Trinidad and Tobago, brewing on the both sides of the political party, UNC and PNM. Some say scandal, some say fake. It's all sorts of things, viewers. But at the end of the day, Trinidad and Tobago, this is a time for this. It's a general election in Trinidad and Tobago, and this is where you're going to find both parties bringing out things to condemn the other side. Just to win votes, just to be in power, you will find these sorts of things happening. But what I, Saieed, want you all to understand is the reality of the life that you live on a daily basis. What you have to understand is who are you going to select to make your life better for the next 5 years. That is only up to you. So all the political gimmick, the slanders, the he say, she say, them say, the propagandas, the all sorts of things Trinidad and Tobago that is taking place, you all have to know who do you want for the next 5 years. Look at the last 15 years of your life. See where you made progress. See which government you made progress under, or which MP is seen about your constituency. And then you will know who you're going to put in office for the next 5 years. It's not about what you have, you know. It's about what you're going to get in the next general election to benefit you. So as we start our program tonight, health official has confirmed 8 cases of malaria in Trinidad and Tobago for 2025, following enhanced surveillance effort in South Trinidad. Now, viewers, I want the ministry to understand. They need to go down to the Moruga area. That is where you need to go. Go down to the Moruga area. Go down to the Springbridge area. I believe that is Larufin and Moruga. Go down to that area and take blood samples. Take blood samples of individuals in that area. That is Moruga. I telling all where to go. Apparently all you know where to go. So I telling all where to go. According to a release from the Health Ministry, the cases was identified by the Insect Vector Control Division as part of an ongoing monitoring under the Ministry Malaria Prevention and Control Protocol. Malaria is a vector-borne disease caused by parasites transmitted by female. Now, is mosquitoes, which tend to bite at night. So viewers, for the people in South, the vector control, all go down to the Moruga area, go down to the Larufin area and take blood samples of these people down there. And then you would know where it's coming from. Earlier symptoms typically appear 10 to 15 days after infected and include fever, chills, headache, and fatigue. The Ministry of Health is urging anyone experiencing these symptoms to visit the nearest health facility immediately. So Trinidad and Tobago, even though you have a little fever, it don't want to be malaria, but you know now it's the crop time. We in the midst of the crop, just now will be the rainy season, but with climate change, we are getting more rain from December to June than in the wet season. But nevertheless, it's just climate change. This is how it is. Moving along. Sandals Resort International. So hear this. Sandals Resort International may once again be considering Tobago for a future resort development. The announcement was made by Prime Minister Stuart Young following a meeting with Sandals Executive Chairman Adam Stewart and Tobago stakeholders, where parties agreed to restart discussion from clean slate. Listen to this.
We, the leaders and representatives of sectors and interest groups in Tobago, have collectively agreed that it is in the best interest of Tobago for us to invite the Sandals Group for discussions and negotiations for the bringing to Tobago of a Sandals resort, if they so desire. And that was signed by everyone in the group from Tobago and the Tobago stakeholders.
Young said, Stuart gave a presentation outlining the recent Sandals project across the region, including developments in Caraco, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Lucia and Jamaica.
He used an example of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where they literally opened a new hotel there, a Sandals hotel, in March of last year. And the amount of positive growth that was generated from that. I honestly wish that every citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, and most importantly you, the Tobagonians, could have seen that presentation. The amount of airlift that it was increased by, and just the whole variety of positivity, the employment, etc. But that is not for me to do.
Now Trinidad and Tobago, it's all well and good, you know. As Sandals currently has 5 new hotels project underway in the Caribbean, PM Young said to them, make Tobago the 6th.
He has undertaken that they will go back, they will have the necessary discussions, and I am hoping in the not too distant future, the Sandals Group will take a positive decision to look at, not only to look at Tobago, because that's what they've gone off to do, to indicate to us that they are prepared to brand Tobago as part of their destination packages and to invest in Tobago a Sandals hotel.
Now viewers, the Prime Minister added that no specific site had yet been identified for a new resort, nor was a specific timeline was given for the confirmation on the decision. Now Trinidad and Tobago, let's back up a little bit. Let's back up a little bit. When the Prime Minister, former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley invited Sandals, the big hotel chain in the Caribbean, to come to Tobago. Do you remember that the Prime Minister saying that his government is going to fund Sandals Hotel in Tobago? I remember that. That is what stirred the bacchanal. That is what stirred the bacchanal that caused Sandals to pull out. They wasn't going to spend no money. Taxpayers' money was going to be spent to build that. What they were bringing is a name and a hotel. That is what they were bringing. And I remember that Trinidad and Tobago. So now, Sandal coming to Tobago is not a problem, you know. I am definitely sure no Tobagonian, no Trinidadians have any problem with that. The problem is, who is going to spend the money? Is it the hotel magnate or the government of Trinidad and Tobago? That is where the problem lies. That is where the problem lies. Stuart Young wants Sandals to come to Tobago, all well and good. So now I'm going to ask Stuart on national television, are you going to fund this project? Is taxpayers' money going to fund this project now? Or is it Sandal is coming to build their hotel with their own money? This is the problem. And this is the big answer everybody is waiting for presently. Yes, you all having discussions. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I am having discussion with Guyanese ministers. I have discussion with Grenadian ministers. I have discussion with Barbadian ministers. Yes. Why? For Real Talk Financing and Real Talk Credit Union in their country. So I'm asking Stuart and the Ministry of Finance together with the Tobago House of Assembly. We the Trinidadian and the Tobagonian wants to know who money is going to be spent to build the hotel they call Sandals Resort. That is what we want to know. Last time, the land that was earmarked, that was a problem. Another problem was the government was going to fund the project. So, was Sandal putting out anything? No. They just had a name on the hotel. So this is what I want to let you understand now. And this is what we need to understand. Who is going to fund that project? Is it Mr. Stewart? Or is it Stuart Young of the PNM administration? That is what we want to find out. So Trinidad and Tobago, we have some persons of interest. I'm just going to show you their picture. If friends and family know of these persons, let them come and sit down in front of the television and watch Saieed now get on like a total idiot. I've given a lady heads up before. So we have Rondell Kisoon. Rondell K. Ram Kisoon. This is Rondell. So friends and family of Rondell, tell him his picture is being showed on Real Talk, put on your television, or come by one. Secondly, we have Mahesh Maharaj. Mahesh Maharaj, friends, family, uncle, daddy, mom, cousin, tell him get in front of the TV. And we have again Anne-Marie Mohammed. Same thing, friends and family, tell her to come sit down in front of the TV. Because when I come back from this break, Trinidad and Tobago, all I gonna see how I is and what I really stand for when it comes to my business. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Real Talk Financing is offering you 5% on a fixed deposit for 5 years and over with upfront interest. Contact our central office at 238-6716 or our San Fernando office at 242-9944. You don't want to miss this great opportunity. Invest today and watch your investment work for you.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Throws you a curveball, and you need a clear path forward. Trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the glaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Welcome back.
So Trinidad and Tobago, so before I go for the persons of interest, you know how I like to tell earlier about Real Talk Financing that offering 5% on a fixed deposit. Now Trinidad and Tobago, Real Talk Financing is presently, we offer the highest interest rate on any fixed deposit in any financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago. And the good thing about this is that you're getting your interest up front. We're doing that for you. We at Real Talk doing that for you. So viewers, we're doing that for you. Real Talk Financing, 5% on fixed deposit. Now I just always say, I just use come back to me. I just like to use a round figure. If you invest 100,000, right? From big to small, understand what $100,000 mean. If you invest $100,000 on a fixed deposit for 5 years, at the end of 5 years, maturity date, you will be collecting $25,000. Imagine that, $5,000 per year, $25,000 at the end of 5 years. But the thing is, you don't have to wait for 5 years. When you do your application, your check is processed, we're calling you to collect your interest up front. So you don't have to wait for the 5 years. So if you get sick for the 5 years, you already enjoyed your upfront interest. You went for a vacation, you paid down on a car, you do house repairs, you went for a vacation, you enjoyed the labor of the fruit. Which is the fruit? The money. Yep. So, also if you're looking for cash borrow, it's not a problem. We love to lend. You need money borrow, we will lend you money. Real Talk Financing, our loan department, 2 locations. 14 Caroni Savannah Road in Shoguanas, 25 Cepero Street in San Fernando, and 132 Victoria Village in San Fernando. If you need the office number, viewers, we are on screen. Contact the office. We are open from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Please do so. All information you will get. So we're going back to the persons of interest. Rondell K. Ramkisoon. Rondell K. Ramkisoon. So Trinidad and Tobago, hear this, eh? Rondell wanted some money borrow. Now, come back to me and then we'll go back to the pit here. Come back to me. Trinidad and Tobago, I just only do things on the air when I have to. Especially when they have put an individual of a person of interest on television, is because they leave me with no choice. I don't like to put up people, you know. But don't ever take Saieed and hit him at 6 when it really supposed to be at 9. I will show you the real side of our 6 and I will show you the real side of our 9. Rondell K. Ramkisoon. So now Rondell wanted some money borrow, not a problem. Rondell used his vehicle, a Navara. You had a Navara? Rondell used his vehicle as a Navara, as collateral. No problem, good. We'll talk financing. We did a search. Search come back clean. Okay, good. The office called Rondell. Rondell came in, collected his money, not the plates, just the vehicle. All right, come back to me. Rondell collected his vehicle. Now, collected the cash, went. Rondell failed to make payments. I tell her to do things when I have to. You don't take me for a fool, you know. I will show you how I'll make you a bigger fool. Rondell collected money. He enjoyed it. Whatever he had to do, he went and do it. Rondell failed to make payment. When the bailiff went down by Rondell, you know the bailiff can't find the van? It's like that. So now Rondell want to hit Saieed at 649. You don't do a man like me that. If he's a gangster or he's a ghetto man, but a man trust me, I come from the ghetto, you know. I come from the ghetto and I know where it's gangster, you know. People can't bully me, you know. That is one thing about Saieed. You can't bully Saieed, you know. That is the difference with me. That is the difference. You don't bully Saieed. I will show you who I is. And then come up on national television now and tell you who I am. So, Rondell, you want to hide the vehicle, all well and good. All well and good. You have a short space of time, Rondell, to bring a vehicle that the bailiff looking for. I don't care who bad man you know, or I don't care which gangster you owe. You owe Saieed. You take Saieed money and you're gone. How will you feel now tomorrow when you're walking down the road? You hear your friends and your family now, the people in your workplace now, telling you, Rondell, you borrow money from Saieed and you pay bailiff from the seas and you're hiding the vehicle. How you going to feel? Bring my vehicle and we're going to fix it on television. As a man know how to get what I want, you know. People can't bully Saieed, you know. You can't watch me, you can't act no big ranking thing with me, you know. You want to pull rank? I going to show you what rank I just pull. You want to be a gangster? I going to show you how gangsters operate. That is me. So Rondell, bring my vehicle. Bring my vehicle. And I will let the public know you did what was the right thing. Other than that, don't bring gangster talk in this. Don't bring bully talk in this. You're going to like it. So we have Mahes Maraj. Mahes, you did the right thing thus far. But the only thing you're doing is failing to transfer the vehicle. You're failing to transfer the vehicle. So contact me tomorrow. Let me set up a day by license office. And let me go and transfer the vehicle. Otherwise, Tuesday night, you will be right back on television. That is 2. So let me tell you the greatest thing now what happened. Where's Anne-Marie Petier? This is Anne-Marie Mohammed. Let's take a good look. Because what I'm about to tell all you will shock all you. Because it shocked me. Take a good look. I'm spending some time tonight on people who owe in. I'm going to tell you something. Are you afraid to do this, you know? It's my money I'm standing up for. My money which you signed legal document for. You made an agreement. It's not, hey, it's not banks and go let this thing slide just soon. I just work 17 hours a day for my money, you know. And just how all of them working for their money, they value their money. But you know what? They don't value Saieed money. And don't feel like you rob me because I put you on blast in the public. And I do business. Carry me to court. I'm working with the document that you signed. You might end up paying me for wasting my time. You're going to end up paying the lawyer for wasting the lawyer time. And you might even have to pay the government for wasting the court and the prosecutor time. I know what this be doing. So that is Anne-Marie. Right? Come back to me now. You can put it on the double screen there. So Trinidad and Tobago, hear this, eh? Anne-Marie come in. Watch me, this is going to shock all you know, because it shocked me. And this is the first time I had to deal with something like this in the umpteen years of lending money. Umpteen years. You know, sometimes they say this come across a bad apple. Watch how that apple go get good. Anne-Marie borrow money. All well and good. Anne-Marie go on she way. November last year, Anne-Marie failed to make payments till this date on TV. What's the date today? Anne-Marie take a loan in November, and we in April, and Anne-Marie failed to make payment. 2 weeks, November, December, she ain't pay. Good. Second week, I believe in second week or the third week in January 2025, office tried calling for all watchmen and they couldn't get in touch with Anne-Marie. I said, no problem. No problem. I pick up the phone that day and Anne-Marie answered the phone. I said, Anne-Marie, bring your vehicle and drop it for me. She said, Saieed, I said, Anne-Marie, bring your vehicle and drop it for me. If I send Bailey, if you go course here, and you ain't gonna like the outcome of it. Alright, not a problem, cool. Anne-Marie now, bring the vehicle and drop it at the Real Talk group in the South office. No problem, good. I said, Anne-Marie, we'll be giving you a certain amount of time to come and pay. All well and good. Anne-Marie make an excuse, but oh, she's sick and she couldn't come. All right. Anne-Marie, you have children? Yes. Anne-Marie, you have neighbors? Yes. Anne-Marie, you have friends? Yes. Anne-Marie, you have cousins? Yes. All are good? Yes. Anne-Marie, so why you didn't give somebody to come and make payment if you couldn't come? It's that simple, you know. It's real simple. It's real simple. Anne-Marie failed to make payment. Boom shot. Anne-Marie wants to give me now a figure where she think is best for her. So I'm the side money. Side money has no value then. But you borrow my money when you didn't have. You signed that paper to make your payment, which you had even make a payment to. Since November to now is April. All right, good. Hear this. Hear this part. Hear this part, Trinidad and Tobago. Anne-Marie now gone by a lawyer. Hold on, listen to me carefully, you know. Listen to the kind of hard-hearted people that have out there, you know. And then there's what side to have mercy on them. Anne-Marie gone by a lawyer. Keep in mind, Anne-Marie make a payment on the loan from November to April. Keep that in mind. Anne-Marie gone by a lawyer. The lawyer read whatever he could understand. You understand? He read what he could understand. Anne-Marie telling the lawyer to tell me in a letter how much money them paying me and demanding me now to release Anne-Marie vehicle. Anne-Marie forgot she signed a legal document agreeing to terms and conditions. I'm going to tell you something. I don't care how educated all is, you know. I don't care which law all go by, you know. That don't bother me, you know. It don't. Stick to my agreement. We had a discussion. You're okay with it. You read it. You signed it. And now time to give me my money. You want to you want to cause bacchanal? So when the lawyer sent the letter to we now, I read the letter. I said, Anne-Marie, it's two things. Is either you're getting mad or you're close to senile. You come in my office. You sit down with my staff. They went through everything with your Anne-Marie. You agreed to everything, Anne-Marie. You signed the document, Anne-Marie. Now time to give Saieed his money. You can't pay me my money? Boom shot, Anne-Marie bring in the car. Gone by a lawyer. So the lawyer tell me, Saieed, you have until I think the 7th or 8th of April or something to release the vehicle. Release what? Release what? Time pass. Interest building up. Interest building up. You have January, you have February, you have March, you have April. April have about 2 weeks again for it to finish. This time you go have May. Plus you have November, you have December. Almost 6 months of interest building up. But Anne-Marie now, gone by the lawyer now, telling me to release her vehicle. And them want to pay me what them think is best. Anne-Marie don't work so. It don't work so. And I will tell you something. I'll tell you something. I am a licensed money lender in Trinidad and Tobago. You fail to pay me back my money. If I decide to carry you in court, Anne-Marie, you're paying me. You're paying my lawyer. You're giving me back the money. And you're paying interest from November to April. If it involves in selling your house and you on the streets, it has nothing to do with me. Just how you was working, your money important to you. Just how you come and you borrow my money, it's important to you. It's the same way Saieed money important to Saieed. And I don't care which court you go by. I don't care who is the lawyer you go by. But I know one time to get my vehicle transfer. I get to the transfer. Because every document you sign, it's legal. It's legal. So I just tell people, Mary Shaw. I just tell people, I love to lend, and all I love to borrow, I love to lend. But let me stick to the agreement. Also, Mary Shaw, any one of these days you'll be getting a letter to go to court. You know why? Failure to transfer a vehicle. Your vehicle was seized, failure to transfer. And now when you go before the court now, the magistrate want to know, well, why it is you failing to transfer a vehicle and never gonna happen? They might keep you inside for 30 days to trace and sentence. I just tell people, I know my rights, you know. I know my rights. But do you know yours? Do you know yours? Because I just come here every day and stand up for the right thing. Not the wrong thing, you know. The right thing. So I'm waiting on Anne-Marie. Because trust me. Anne-Marie say, I ain't transferring your vehicle. Really? You have no problem with that, you know. Your mouth could say anything it want to say. Your mouth could say anything it want to say. So Trinidad and Tobago, those 4 people, I have been doing business probably at the age of 21, 22. Yeah. It's about 25 or 30 years now. About 25 years now. I'm in the money business. Yeah. I told you I have a vast knowledge about finance, you know. Real Talk Credit Union, I'm the president. Real Talk Financing, I'm the director. Our finance company in Guyana. Soon we're going to Grenada and Barbados. Soon we got a credit union in Guyana. We think about opening a 3rd branch in credit union. Who is the mastermind you think behind it? Saieed. You think I out here today? And when you hear people borrow money and feel they could con me, you're making a mistake. You're making a mistake. So that is why I just tell you, let me give a little incident. We just always wonder, how these people getting gunned down? How these people going missing? How is a man running a man's house? Why these things is be happening in Trinidad and Tobago? We doesn't know. We doesn't know. You understand? With Anne-Marie, it's a simple solution. Now listen to this, Listen to this. If it was our next Gunter, other than Saieed, what do you think would happen to Anne-Marie? I'm just saying something. What about Rondell? Bailiff gone down now. Bailiff can't find the van. Really? I just laugh. I like to laugh, you know. I will laugh it out, you know. But you see, coming to my business, I'm very serious. I'm very, very serious. All I want to borrow from Saieed, and when time to pay back, all I want to play back. All I want to play wrong and strong on top of that. All I want to play wrong and strong on top of that. Anne-Marie gone by a lawyer. They pay me my money, but go and buy a lawyer to send a lawyer letter for me to release a vehicle. What about releasing my money? Very good, Anne-Marie. Very good. I know how to fix that. On national television, I said, I know how to fix it. All your value, all your money. All your value, all your house. All your value, the things all you have. But all you don't value a next man property. You understand? Rondell, you value the van. You don't value the money you take from Saieed. You understand? But I hope your family and friends tell you that tonight. Same thing with Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie say, I ain't transferring the vehicle. I will show you how I get a transfer, Anne-Marie. I will show you how you come in to transfer that vehicle. Ain't no threat, you know. But the writing is the writing. And if I go in front of magistrate, I'll borrow money from the man yet. So why let him pay the man? Why you let him pay the man? If I go in the station, why you let him pay the man? A bandit go tell all you, so wait now, all you borrow money and all you want to play wrong and strong on top it? All you choose the wrong man to do that too. Take what I tell all you on national television. Run back the pit here, one by one. Wrong man all you choose to do that too. So we have Rondell. Rondell, you failed to pay, you hide in your van, you're running, you're ducking. Really? But after tonight, you had no running, you had no hiding, you had no ducking. You ever sit down to bring in my van? Trust me. Trust me, bring it in. Mahes, Mirage, so far, you did everything perfect. I love what you did. But let me do one small thing now. The office trying to call you and they can't get in touch with you. So let me make a date and transfer the vehicle now. It's that simple. Anne-Marie? Hey, Anne-Marie, in the last 18 years of doing business, I never come across somebody like this. Never come across somebody like this. So Trinidad and Tobago. Oh, don't forget Mary Shaw. Mary Shaw, all I want you to do is transfer the vehicle on my name. You know, that is all I want. You see, I go tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. I can lengthen my hand, you know. I can lengthen my hand, you know. But there's one that let you understand. When you deal straight with me, we deal straight. That is the difference with Saieed. Come back to me. Saieed is a man that do spirit work, you know. I want to let you understand that. Hey. It's finance centers I have running. I am not a side the road man. I am not a side the road man. It's individuals like all you, they take good people and put them on the wrong side. It's spirit work I just do. Anne-Marie could get with a stroke. 14 days time, Anne-Marie could get a stroke and he come off the bed again. I line all over I could do when the Alsing talking up in the nose hole. What happened with him? What happened with him? And I come on live television to tell the Alsing, I's the man who do it. You want to say I bragging mode? Let it happen again. Let it happen again. I's the man. So I want to tell people, all your commentary, real talk financing, all your borrowing, all your loan, I have no problem with lending, all your collateral is the same thing like a bank you're going to. You understand? You're coming, you're borrowing. Let me tell you something. You think it's one people I deal with? It's hundreds of people I deal with. It's thousands of people I just deal with. And very few from November to April is only those 4 people I highlight. And it's thousands of people we just deal with. And it's only those 4 people that want to play like corrugated steel. But what is Ben corrugated? Some good heat. You see, when you take a torch, a cotton torch, and you heat the iron good, it is bent. And I know how to put on heat. This one want to play hide and Rondell want to play hiding. You want to play hide and vehicle? No problem. You go ahead, you know. You go ahead, but I just letting you know. I need my vehicle now to sell to get back my money. That is what I need. And it's the same thing with Anne-Marie. I need to sell my vehicle to get back my money. Is it that we do the hard way? No, I make a mistake. Is it that we do the easy way? Or we could do the hard way where they got struck on the bed? That's not my fault. You understand? And it's the same thing with Rhonda. You want to hide? Not a problem, partner. Not a problem. When you get sick in the bed and you can't come out, people go, then self you're going to be hiding from the public. Because all kind of things could be busting out in your skin. Let me tell you something. The only thing I tell people is that what my spiritual quiet is doing now. If I go to be like a drug man or a gangster, that'll be we're on a different page here altogether, you know. Altogether. So I just telling only on national television, bring what belongs to me. Bring what belongs to me. When they made that attempt behind my son, it was my money that was taken, and I set an example. 3 blind, 1 dead. So Trinidad and Tobago, we're going for a short commercial break. That was a little 10-15 minutes on those 4 of them, but nevertheless, we have a show to continue. After this, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Real Talk Financing is offering you 5% on a fixed deposit for 5 years and over with upfront interest. Contact our central office at 238-6716 or our San Fernando office at 242-9944. You don't want to miss this great opportunity. Invest today and watch your investment work for you.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Throws you a curveball, and you need a clear path forward. Trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Welcome back.
So welcome back to Real Talk viewers. There's just one more thing I want to say. when Anne-Marie went by the lawyer, her lawyer in South, or some lawyer, random lawyer in South, when the lawyer, in order for you to send me a document, you had to read the document. The lawyer would not advise Anne-Marie that you breach your agreement. That is why we seize your vehicle. The lawyer didn't tell her, well, go and pay the people their money and get back your vehicle. They sent me a letter now telling me Anne-Marie coming to pay me what she want, and I now have to release her vehicle. What you take me for some kind of dunce who I went to school or what? Huh? But you know what? Lawyers wouldn't advise. They rather charge you $500 or $600, Navin, for that document, and then send it to the person. Well, you feel like some kind of stupidity or something? You feel like a man picking up what? Cutting grass? No. It's finance companies I running. But nevertheless, as we start off back on our news tonight, Prime Minister Stuart Chung has again defend government $1 million payment to each of the victims for the para-fuel diving tragedy in the face of condemnation from other political parties. Asked whether his predecessor, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley, has delayed the decision, Young said no. He said that the offer had been made to the families. Criticism will come, but Young was certain that it was done with pure intention. Listen to this.
Went to them last week. The cabinet said yes, it was a collective decision. I gave them a week to consider, to deliberate on it. Came back yesterday and the cabinet confirmed. We understand that we're in a season of election, but as I say, I can't change the past. I am only in control of the present, and that is a decision that is made. So the offer has been made to the families. The criticisms will come as people are entitled to criticize. I expect that in public life. But what I am certain of is I did it with pure intentions, and I have done what I can do in the position that I now hold. The answer is no. Dr. Rowley had asked, I was with him, present to meet with the families. I saw in one of the newspapers, it was recorded that was in March of last year. He had been conscious. Dr. Rowley had been speaking to me as the Minister of Energy. I then am speaking to the persons that are appointed to the boards of PARI and TPHL. But your hands are bound, and you have to be conscious that in these positions, if you go too far, people say you're interfering.
So now Trinidad and Tobago, Young also clarified who truly tied the government hands and prevented the victims' loved one from receiving any compensation sooner. Listen to Stuarty.
They're entitled to defend their clients, as they should. I cannot change the past, but I am conscious of the pain, the hurt, and that no amount of money will ever compensate the families of the divers. The insurers and the lawyers have their ways. They were frustrating. They are the cause for why this has taken so long.
So my question is, why did they spend $15 million on an inquiry when they only paid the victim family $1 million? You spent $15 million plus to do an inquiry and only to pay them $1 million after how much years? 3-4 years? Nah, man. All you should end up in the worst set of accident. That all have nothing to get. However, opposition leader Kamala Prasad bases a question if this was an election gimmick. Patriotic Front leader Makela Pandey also accused the government of throwing scrums at the families in a run-up to election. Listen to this.
I think it's an election gimmick. It may amount in some cases to election bribery. And it is something I think is very, very shameless.
You suffer people for 4.5 years, okay? That's what you do. And then in an election year, or months before, you throw crumbs at them.
Now, if you listen to Young carefully, the cabinet took that decision. The cabinet. Moving gear. We have a call. Caller, good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Go right ahead, my friend.
Saeed, I want to ask you a question, boy.
Tell me.
three people are not seeing. I don't know if you see them on any platform, but Colin Root, Rasta, and Dr. Keith Rowley. You see them on any platform talking?
Nah.
I don't know, and I just asking. So what you doing? You hiding them in the back till they win the election, if they win the election, and then bring them out back to jam you with them then? I don't know, I just asking because all them things.
Hey, caller. Thank you.
People noticing all these things.
I understand what you're saying. Thank you. So viewers, we have about 10 minutes left. I have some stories to wrap up. Rural government and local government Minister Faraz Arawi says a document allegedly instructs CPEP worker to support Prime Minister Stuart Young is fake and must be rejected by the population. The company CPEP, which falls under the Rural Development and Local Government Ministry, also refuted claims of political interference, once again following a post on their Facebook social media page, which alleged that CPEP workers were strongly advised to attend a political event where Prime Minister would be present. Now, in a statement, Arawi said, the document, which falsely claims that CPEP workers are being used into supporting the Honorable Prime Minister under veil threats of exclusion from future employment, is not only fictional, but is malicious attempt to undermine public confidence in our democratic institution, in the leadership of the Prime Minister, and in the integrity of the government program. CPEP also issued a statement today saying it has never had meetings with contractors related in attendance to political meeting, and added that no memo has ever been sent out on that matter. So Trinidad and Tobago, as I say, this is the time where we will find all sorts of scandals hitting the airwaves in Trinidad and Tobago from now until the election time. We as individuals, we have to know what is right from what is wrong. Moving on, Prime Minister Stuart Young has announced the former petroleum workers will have the opportunity to return to work at the Point-a-Pierre refinery under its upcoming operation, Orlando PLC. Listen to this.
So let me put you on notice tonight. If we want that refinery reopened, because let me tell you, you know what Orlando told us? You know who the workers for the refinery going to be? They are not bringing in any foreign workers. It is the same workers who used to run the refinery before. We have negotiated for them to use the same workers. So all of you all who want to follow Kamala and Roger and their stupidness, you will follow them over a cliff. But with a responsible PNM government, Orlando has said they will use the same workers and the same local people, meaning your community, meaning your brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers, daughters, to start up the refinery and to run it.
So now Young is saying that Orlando is going to use the workers in Trinidad. Let me tell you something. The refinery in Trinidad and Tobago wasn't making money for us. How is it that this refinery is going to make money for somebody else in Nigeria? And the thing about this, circulating worldwide, Orlando were in financial crisis in their own country. False documents have been surfaced in their own country. So how are we sure now that this refinery will be making money and it will pay the workers? How are we sure? But we're going to talk about that on another show. Staying with it, Prime Minister Stuart Young has said in an upcoming PNM government on April 29th, will immediately change the laws of the appointment of a commissioner of police as part of a series of measures to deal with crime. Listen to this.
Crime is a very, very big issue for us in Trinidad and Tobago. Crime is something that bothers every citizen in Trinidad and Tobago. You have a government that is not in bed with the criminals. You have a government who is working to address the issues of crime. We are immediately going to change the law for the appointment of a commissioner of police, because one of the difficulties we faced is not having strategic and stable leadership. That is the first thing we will do as a government.
Now, viewers, that is what he said concerning that. On another note, senior citizens will no longer have to sit down and wait in a healthcare center to receive medical attention. Listen to this one.
Our public healthcare system, we have free healthcare. We've been investing in digitizing and making sure that your records are there to make it more efficient. And Minister Diyal Singh will talk to that. But after consulting with Minister Diyal Singh today and asking him to get more information, the next PNM government, having consideration and concern in particular about our senior citizens, we are going to expand the availability and use of virtual doctor consultations for senior citizens who want to use it, so they don't have to go and sit down waiting in a healthcare center. You don't say you're...
So my question is, Trinidad and Tobago, 9 years? 9 years we waited for this? I can't believe that. Seriously, I can't believe that. Where's the health minister on the other side? Why he had campaigners going on? Where's the health minister for the UNC? Is he not saying anything? Nah man, all come nah man, be better than that nah man. So viewers, it's that time where I have to say good night. But nevertheless, our run is at 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. tomorrow, and we'll be right back in the night for Real Talk with Saieed as we go live again. Good night.